right, well, let's get involved with a question or two more and get the hell out of here. It's been a long show, a long time we've been doing this show. It feels like it's been a long time. It's been a long time, Jim.
It's been a long time. I think I should be going.
Jim, this first one.
Time doesn't wait for me. It keeps on flowing. It's a long road.
Melody doesn't
on
work for
a
you either.
distant highway.
Or harmony. Listen, let's get to a question here. This was sent to CornyDriveThru@gmail.com from Jerry. Please comment on this lawsuit. Does Corny have a case against TNA?
What?
Because they contributed to his tinnitus.
Yep.
And I have an article here from PW Insider by Mike Johnson. Lawsuit filed over alleged fan injury at WWE WrestleMania 38 in Dallas. A lawsuit was filed last month in Texas over an alleged injury that took place at WrestleMania 38 in Dallas. PW Insider has learned. Marvin Johnson filed a lawsuit against WWE on January 12th before the District Court of Tarrant County, alleging that he lost hearing in his left ear while an invitee to WrestleMania 38 due to a pyrotechnics blast that occurred as part of WWE production. We have a quote here from Jackson's lawsuit. On or about April 3rd, 2022, plaintiff attended WrestleMania 38, which was hosted by defendant and located at AT&T Stadium, 1 AT&T Way, Arlington, Texas. Plaintiff was an invitee on the premises. Defendant was the occupier of the premises.
Wait, what?
Plaintiff was seated next to the stage at the venue. When performance began, pyrotechnics went off. The blast from the pyrotechnics was so loud that it caused plaintiff to lose almost all hearing in his left ear. No facts suggest that anything plaintiff did or failed to do in any way caused or contributed to the incident or resulting damages. Defendant failed to notify anyone or place any warnings to warn of the existence of the dangers associated with pyrotechnics. As a result, the plaintiff has suffered serious injuries. The lawsuit is accusing WWE of negligence, gross negligence, and strict liability, and claims WWE knew of the risk involved in using the pyrotechnics, and that he was injured, this is Marvin here, due to, quote, objective extreme risk that defendant was subjectively aware of, yet disregarded for cosmetic effect. What do you think of all this, Jim?
Okay, first thing, obviously, I think everybody has realized by now, we've heard of the price tag. The WWE is a multi-billion-dollar company. They have people who do the pyro that are professional pyro people. And if there is any suspicion that any member of the audience would be injured by the pyro, they do different pyro. It's not like they just, as somebody said, hey, Vince or Triple H, you know, if we blow this shit off for fucking Bailey, chances are some old woman out there is going to lose an eye. Well, then shut that shit down. Have you ever heard of anybody, any fans or any of those people being injured by the WWE pyro, especially at a stadium where you got all that room? We remember The Undertaker got set on fire one time. And I believe something else blew up in somebody else's face, one of the boys.
Well, it says here in the lawsuit, while the use of pyrotechnic displays is commonplace on holidays and outdoor events, the use of deafening pyrotechnics in indoor facilities with echoing effects is an irregular practice and should not be considered a matter of common usage.
Wait a minute. Doesn't any big concert in a stadium, any big fucking show anywhere, indoors or outdoors, they often have pyro, do they not?
Well, he's specifying here deafening pyrotechnics.
Well,
So that's more about the boom than the flame.
He says he was an invitee. That means he didn't buy a ticket and come in as a fan. He was invited. Did they fucking sit him on a goddamn speaker over on the side of the stage?
Well, it did say he was by the stage. Maybe he was friends with the key grip.
Well, that's what I'm wondering, because I don't see how. Here's what I think. I don't see how a fan would be able to get close enough to anything, especially in a stadium like that. We're not talking about a small or enclosed indoor arena, to be injured. If he was invited, if he was a friend of somebody, or I don't know what the word invitee entails in this legal filing here, but if he was invited, he was a freebie, somebody said, come and hang out by the stage, then he's standing next to the stage. If nobody told him about the pyro, then that might fall on the responsibility of the pyro company and or whoever invited this fucking litigious son of a bitch to come over there to begin with. And if he's suing the WWE for injuries caused by pyro, I would think then the WWE would go much as they did in a much more tragic and important instance. They would, where they went to the Shackle company over the Owen Hart situation. WWE would go to the pyro company and say, well, wait, you blew this fucking guy's head off. And then they would determine whether or not that he was in a place he was supposed to be in, or knew he shouldn't be in, or wandered there anyway, or whatever the fuck. So this ain't a clear cut. And that's why it's, and from the sound of this guy's lawyer, who knows absolutely nothing probably about WrestleMania, one would think that you would know by now that there was going to be some pyro blowed off at that particular point in time.
The lawsuit was filed in Texas last month, requesting a jury trial and seeking monetary relief of more than $1 million, including damages of any kind, penalties, costs, expenses, prejudgment interest, and attorney's fees.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing, is that a lot of companies, remember TBS at one point was very lawsuit scared, and they would just settle shit. That's why they got sued so many times. And Vince McMahon has not been sued nearly. I know you think, oh, he's been sued a lot. He has been sued a lot. For us normal folks, he's not been sued nearly as many times, or his company, as he would have been if he settled any suit, good, bad, or indifferent. They don't settle shit. They will fight. And because a lot of times some company that big will say, oh, he wants over $1 million in attorney's fees and this and that. Well, the lawyers want most of that, so offer him $500,000 just to go away. We won't have to defend it. And chances are the guy'd take it because his fucking ears are ringing. Otherwise, he can still fuck, whatever the case, right? But that sets a pattern that you've settled and you will settle. And that's bait. And that gets more people that have a fucking grudge when you're goddamn wait a minute, Vince McMahon and his crew ordered a pizza from Domino's to the production room, and that Domino's driver rear-ended me. I want a new car. Whatever.